What is up? Yeah, yeah. I think all right, so I'm really doing this cuz I haven't worked with my camera yet, but I wanted to get these vlog things going. So if you see this as live, cool, but this going to get chopped up. Um the first thing I'm about to talk about is I'm going to talk about this new Kendrick um not new Kendrick. This new uh theory that keeps happening with post Kendrick and Drake beef. And the theory that I keep seeing because of this new album, sorry, but this shirt is killing me. The new album that Drake just released. All right. The new album that Drake just released, whatever that I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I'm objectively going to listen to. I stopped listening to Drake on views. Like that's where I was like, I don't want any more of this. And it was purely because it just got redundant to me. It started to be redundant on that album. And then it just continued and it got out of control. Like for real. So, but one of the things that a lot of people keep saying, or I keep seeing about it, is they're saying like, "Oh, well, this is his latest album with PND, who I do. I actually like some of PND stuff. Probably like I like if I were to throw one of them on at a party, more than likely I would throw on some P and D. And I know you're like, well, he writes for him, but what I'm saying is that the lane they're the similar but not the same. And I knew that Drake was going to usurp this album, so I was like, I'm not about to listen to this. Give me a straight up P and D album if that's the case, which I think one came out last year. Um, and honestly, I'm pretty sure I listened to it and was like over. I like a little bit of older P&D. I actually like older Drake too. Maybe that's it. Like maybe he's older. Yeah, but I was off the Drake wave, you know, at views. But the one theory that keeps popping up is people are like, yeah, this album is part of my language, but they're like, it's for the bitches, it's for the women, it's for the ladies, and I'm like, they're like, this is what the women want to listen to. Why do you keep assuming that women only listen to Drake? Like that's the only like. Do you think that women don't like bars? Like, do you think women don't like actual like hip hop and playing on certain things? What's funny is I see more guys saying that, oh, this is what the girls like. Like, as a matter of fact, I've had more guys that I've been around, and this is back in the day. Like I said, I don't really the people I hang out with now and where I be now, they don't really play Drake like that. Like they just don't. But at least newer Drake. But the thing that is always interesting to me is how there's like this perception that only women like it and it's for parties, but any setting I've ever been in, it's always been guys that have put on Drake. I've never I've never had like I don't even and what's funny is the women that I do know that like Drake are not the women that you would expect to like Drake. Like it's women who like, you know, like you're like, really? Like, like it's a lot of women who are elder millennials, older Gen X. No, elder millennials, younger Gen X that like Drake. That's like honestly who his demographic is really is, but he keeps thinking that it's teenagers. The teenagers that like him or fuck with him, like the young girls that like him or whatever, is purely money and connection. Because to be quite honest, like a lot of the women that I do know that do like Drake, it's one, they like a lot of once again, it's a lot of his older stuff that they fuck with. These new albums, I don't never hear. They always pull out some shit that I'm like, nice for what came out like a while ago, G. Like, but I say all that to say, women like Kendrick Lamar's music a lot. Like, and I think that that is a really big misconception. Like women don't like bars, like they don't like you know music in a way that is like thought provoking. Like that's some of the illusion that I keep hearing. It almost feels like people are saying like, oh well, no, like girls, women, they don't like bars, they don't like uh lyricism, they don't like double entendres, they don't like, and it's like, bro, like what do you think? A lot of women do like rap, like there's, what I'm saying, like, and women get it. If anything, they probably get it more than most. You know what I'm saying, like, of understanding, being in touch with your emotions through words, talking, and like think about how women can communicate and the way that they use their words, and you think that they wouldn't be into bars or lyricists that have that. When I look out at Kendrick and J. Cole, and even somebody like like uh uh I'm trying to think, like, who's another, I'm trying to think of another rapper that has like, or I can, back in the day, the locks. I remember so many women, DMX, back in the day, like so many women I knew liked them. That's the same way I feel about like, the J. Cole's and the Kendricks, like they like the actual lyricism. They like storytelling. If it's a, honestly, like I said, those probably lend themselves to women more than anything than just being, oh, I fuck bitches, I'm at a strip club, that type of language, than it is some of the things that Kendrick is talking about. Even if he's like, damn, I cheated, but the way that he talks about it, at least it's a conversation of like, you know, here's the couple and here's what's going on and da 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 and da 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 da. And Drake's older stuff used to do that really well. He don't do that no more. Like, so like it's one of those things where I'm like, that's kind of misleading to just say that, like, oh, well, it's for the bitches. Like, bro, no, it seems like it's really for the dudes. I've seen more guys talk about this album than women. And I'm not saying that there's women out there that don't like it or whatever. And here's the other thing: you can like whatever the hell you like. Like, you don't have to justify it. Sometimes you just like what you like. But this is more about the perception of trying to pretend or trying to push a narrative of that women don't like bars or lyricism or anything like that, when that's just not true. Like I think those type of artists actually lends themselves more to women. Like think about Black Thought. Think about, I like, I'm thinking about all of, like, you can't make it in hip hop without women. Like, as much as they wanna be like, and there's like, I liken it almost to like metal. Like, I know there are women who like metal. I guarantee you there are way more women who like lyricist hip hop than women that like metal. Like, I guarantee you. I guarantee it. Um, and they're part of these, like, countercultures, but like with hip hop, women have always been a part of it. Like always, like from the inception. So like it is not one of those things where you can just really be like, oh well, it will only these type will like this and only this will like this and it's like this. It's like, no, like these guys, these artists can touch a lot of different nerves because that's what artists do. And so the fact that they tried to reduce, and I saw P&D deleted deleted his comment about like, this is for the bitches. It's like, yeah, dude, like, so is the song Luther. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things where it's like, stop trying to dismiss it. And the other thing is, stop trying to dismiss the fact that people read into lyrics or understand lyrics, or, oh, it's not that deep. one of the things that great artists do, this is what great artists do. Great artists have the ability to do two things at once. A good artist will get great at one thing. A great artist will become phenomenal at a multitude. So, like, Kendrick is somebody, and listen, let me say, and this is, I'm trying to think of like other artists where it's like this, where, and there's a lot of great, phenomenal artists that do this, where your message is the message is there, the lyrics are there, but you make it so palatable that if somebody doesn't want to fully absorb what you're saying, they can still enjoy it. One of the best songs that's The Weeknd is really good at that. Kendrick is really good at that too. That is not Drake's forte. So them being like one dimensional, like he is good at, and it's weird that they say it's party rap. To me, he's not really, I don't know what. Maybe the parties have changed, but not a lot of his catalog really makes me. His newer catalog really makes me like hype like that. But like I said, I may be past his music, and it may work in different party settings. That like if maybe if you're a young person in a lounge or some shit like that, like doing a kickback, maybe that's the vibe or whatever. But I just think that I think that the conversation around that and it being like party music and all of that, I mean, you can say that, but people can make party music and have, another meaning to it. It used to happen all the time. Where artists would, I'm trying to think of an example of, damn it, I'm trying not to use Kendrick, but the song "Swimming Pools." I remember when I would go to like parties back in the day, and it'd be like pour up, drink, 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 and everybody's like, "Hey," and it's really talking about drink, like alcohol. So, like, once you're alone, you get the message, but you could also have a good time to it. There's nothing wrong with that either. Or you could just be like, I'm really good at party music. That's the reason why I don't hate at that. But those motherfuckers, those artists that are really good at party music, also don't expect the respect, the accolades, all of that type of stuff. They just accept, like, yo, I'm gonna do a song with Kesha. I will make these pops. I'm gonna do global tours with DJs, make this bread, and call it a day. And I respect it. I respect artists that's like, yo, I wanna try to make the most, conscious music, sell it independently. I respect everybody doing their art as long as it ain't messing with nobody else's stuff. But all I'm saying is like this idea that it can only be one thing is absurd and it's lazy. So that's what you know, um, I'm not, like I said, I haven't been moved by anything of Drake since Views. Like I said, um, I'm not gonna sit up here and fake like I'm about to go listen to his new album. I'm not. I'm over it. I'm past that. There's too much good music out to like one, listen to something, force myself to listen to something I don't necessarily want to listen to. But two, like as I start doing reviews and stuff, I just want to be honest. I'm not going to listen to anything that doesn't move me. Like to watch me listen to bad music or stuff I'm not interested in. I don't think anybody is like that. So, but yeah, that's what I got for you. I do want to do a review of the Weeknd's new album though, because I've listened to that, and that's the other thing too is I like doing reviews, but not when they immediately come out. Like that album's a couple of weeks old. Um, I want to give it another drive around, another listen, but enjoyed it thus far. All right, the next thing. All right, so I've been prepping on how to figure out this YouTube stuff and all that, and what should I do, and this, that, and the third. And one of the things that I'm realizing is that I really hate the structure of how YouTube promotes things. And the reason why I say that is that I feel like it's I don't like the hyperbole. Like, do y'all ever get tired of seeing when you're scrolling through YouTube and you're like, Senator gets owned, th- uh, Republican gets destroyed, like this person's career is completely over. Watch this them get annihilated. It's like, dude, like stop. Like stop. Like stop. I actually have started weeding out any like any of the stuff that is super hyperbolic. Like I just don't have the energy. And I think that one of the things that we have to kind of